my end of March and April reading wrap up. So I am just going to get into it. But the first book I finished was the Magnolia Story by Chip and Joanna Gaines, and this was it's a memoir, I believe, autobiography, and so it's about their life and their hit TV show Fixer Upper. I actually really enjoyed reading this. It was a nice short cleanser palette type book. But I really enjoyed reading it. I had listened to the audiobook a couple years ago of this and just enjoyed overall of it. And then the next book I finished, which had been on my bookshelf for a while and I'd been meaning to read, was Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. And this is a novel, and a short one, but it is a novel. It is about laying out the winding roads and colors of houses. Successful lives its residents will go on to lead, and no one embodies the spirit more than Alina Richardson, whose guiding principle is playing by the rules. So it's just kind of about her and the artist, the single mother, and the idyllic bundle of her teenager daughter Pearl. So it's just kind of about their lives. And just a very well written story. I believe there is a shall we say it, a TV series featuring Reese Witherspoon of Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu, I believe. Yeah, so I want to check that out now that I finished reading this book, because I think the series would be kind of cool to get into. Then I finished my neighbor lent me this book, and it's Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, and it's just about this Maria's dream of being a neuroengineering project she would accept without hesitation, and just kind of about everything she has to go through that. So, and as I said, I borrowed this book from my neighbor in the apartment building, so I actually really enjoyed it. I actually just finished it the other week. So yeah, but yeah, really good book. I have another Ali Hazelwood book. I have Love Theoretically, which I want to read next. But yeah, so far I like Ali Hazelwood's writing. I think she does a really nice job with it. So it's enjoyable. Then I finished as a buddy read with my neighbor Janine in the apartment building. I finished listening to the book Tuck Everlasting on audiobook, and the from what I remember from this book is that now that I've reread it again, that I remember that Winnie's character is super whiny. Which is why I disliked that book to begin with. Because when I re-listened to it in March, her character was just as whiny as when I read the books, however many X number of years ago. So, wasn't my preferred book. I didn't really enjoy it. I wouldn't probably read it again if I had to choose. So yeah. And then the next book I finished was The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anna Brechers. And this is the first book in this series, and I love the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. I think that the author does an amazing job with the writing and the friendship in this book, because it does talk a lot about friendship and sharing a pair of pants, and, you know, about all that and all the things they go through in this book and the adventures they have. So definitely recommend. And then the next book I finished was Bridget Jones' Diary by Helen Fielding. And this was a very short read, but very well written, and just overall enjoyed reading this book yet again. So yeah. Then the next book I finished was on audiobook, and it was Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The audiobook was hard to put down, very intriguing and draws you in. So I just enjoyed the audiobook. And then the other book I finished, which I don't have with me right now because I'm letting my neighbors is currently reading it right now. But I finished Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And the Pride and Prejudice stays true to a 5-star read for me. I love Jane Austen's writing, so Pride and Prejudice is one of those books for me that like has one I never get sick of reading it. Willow, get down. Willow, get down. And then the next book I finished on audiobook was Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. And that was an April new release. It came out April 1st. And the God, that storyline was so amazing. That it talks about this daughter who has this cat, and she takes it to the vet, and the vet says that this cat needs to have a particular surgery, and then the cat has the owner of the pet saves up all of her money to get the cat its surgery that it needs, and then the cat ends up being great and lives. And it's also kind of about her having to take care of her mother who has dementia as well, and just the struggles that she has to go through with her dad and her sister, and meanwhile having a long distance relationship with this guy, the vet that took care of her cat. And in the end of the book, they get married and have a family together. So it's a happy ending at the end of the book, that they end up together. Because the whole storyline is just with their relationship is just really sweet. And I actually really enjoyed it. And then the the last book I finished was One Italian Summer by Rebecca Cyril, however you say her last name. And I enjoyed this because it's about a daughter-mother relationship and how the daughter is left struggling with her mom's, aka her best friend's, passing. And just like how she contacts a friend who knows how to make it all better, basically. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I feel like it is very well written. So yeah. So my May TBR. I am. Thank you, Willow. My May TBR. Back in. My May TBR. For the my May TBR. I'm just gonna get into it. I am still currently reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, so I'm moving this on to my May, or part of my May TBR, so I can just continue reading this when I can. And then I am still currently also reading Funny Story by Emily Henry. So I'll continue working through that. I think I'm halfway through the book right now. But yeah. And then it's an April new release. So it's technically part of my April TBR, but I put it as part of my May-ish TBR. Because it comes towards the end of May. Or comes towards the end of April, excuse me, and I get it on the 22nd. So I'll start reading it as soon as it comes, but I expect to finish it the first couple of weeks of May. But it's Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. It comes out April 22nd. So I have that on my TBR. And then the next one I have on my TBR is Consider the Lobster by David Foster Wallace. And this is, I think, just a bunch of essays from what I heard. So this is going to be the next book that I read. And then Lost on a Mountain in Maine by Donn Fendler. This is going to be a very short read because it's not a very big book. It's like that thick. So this is going to be a fairly short read for me. So that's my next one. And then the next book is Happy Place by Emily Henry. As well, and then the next book on my May TBR is Most Ardently, which is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook of that. And then currently also I am listening to Our Last Day in Barcelona by Chanel Cleaton on audiobook as well, and I'll continue that through May, so I'll have 2 audiobooks for May. But yeah, that is it for this reading wrap up / update / TBR. If you guys have any comments of videos you should do, please do comment down below or on my Facebook page. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. Bye.